Hey guys, it's Ramsey from NoVA Hypnosis and Wellness, and I'm glad you joined us today. This is going to be a four-part series. 4 parts. First part, we're going to cover routines. We're going to talk about routines and how the routines support our clients during their journey. Now, very briefly, I just want to cover a quick contextual piece of information. What we have found to be super helpful for clients is creating the change, and the change is what we typically use hypnosis or neurolinguistic programming for. And the change is the subconscious kind of work that we do. And it's basically speaking to the part of your mind that knows better. It's the part of your mind that realizes that it wants to be happy and not angry and frustrated all the time. So we do change work using those tools, and then we help clients build routines, and those routines are part of this 4-part series. So the first part we're going to talk about is the times of the day that are most important and are greatest investments of your time to do work or to do personal development, to meditate, to become spiritual, however you want to describe it. It's a personal choice. But the routines in the time of the day are very specific. And it's really important that you understand this, because you can actually use the body's natural cycle so that you can focus on and accomplish those things, and to remain in a state that's very resourceful, that's happy, that feels conviction, and like connects with your true self and what you want to do in your life. So routines and times of the day. Let's talk about the first one. The first one's in the morning. When we wake up, many of you can recall times when you wake up in the morning and there's this period where you're kind of like not awake, but sort of kind of getting close to that. You're actually moving out of the delta brainwave state, and you're starting to climb back through that other than conscious area, which is where you actually do hypnosis. And that area is the alpha and the theta brainwave state, or theta then alpha, on the way up to conscious awareness, which is beta. So as you're moving up, you are moving through that zone where you're starting to become aware of stuff. Not fully has your mind locked on to any particular idea or concept or responsibility or task that you have to do. It's just starting to cycle its way back up. You're starting to have awareness. Usually people remember like their feet inside their sheets, like it's the cool sensation. They may become aware of noises they're a little bit more aware of it, like if there's an animal that moves around in the house, like a pet or something like that, or the sound the refrigerator makes, we'll start to take those pieces of information in. And then we start getting closer up to alpha. Again, the senses get a little bit more acute. And then we get to beta, where the eyes, we actually open our eyes up. And we're in this state where our mind's still foggy. And when it's still foggy, that's the time that you want to do something or insert some kind of message to yourself, whether it's listening to the meditation, whether it's a positive mantra that you've created together with one of your providers. Maybe it's the person that you desire to become, powerful, strong, capable, confident, beautiful, inside, outside, whatever it is. You say that message to yourself. Those are perfect times to do it in the morning, because your mind is very, I like to use the metaphor of wet concrete. Your mind is like wet concrete, and because it's like wet concrete, whenever you put a handprint in it with that messaging, what it does is it lets it sit deeper. It registers as a feeling inside the body, because your message goes to the subconscious. And when it goes to the subconscious, it has a deeper impact. And then when it has a deeper impact, your body feels it. So you set your body up with biochemistry that facilitates remaining in that state for the rest of the day. The other time to do it, if it occurs when you're waking up, yes, that's right, in reverse, when you're getting ready to go to sleep. So the first one I just described was the morning, and give yourself about, maybe within the first 15 minutes after waking up, you shuffle around, get out of bed, and then you have some kind of routine that you do. Some of the ones that I just described, a mantra, auto-suggestion, or you practice hypnosis, or you do prayer, something like that, within the first 15 minutes. On the backside, when you're going to sleep, within 30 minutes prior to bed, you want to start to turn things off, like turn off computers, turn this thing off, this distraction central there with your phone and TV and the internet and all sorts of ways that people are trying to get inside your mind. So turn all that stuff off. Start to carve some space for yourself, and notice that the period as you start inching towards when you actually fall asleep, there's usually like this moment in our brains where we're starting to disconnect from things, and our minds are starting to just focus on going to sleep and what our body's feeling. It's in that 30-minute period before you go to sleep, which is when you want to have another routine, and another routine can consist of almost the same things. And you're basically setting your mind that it is processing stuff on a, on a energy level, on a cellular level, whatever you want to call it. It's processing stuff as you're sleeping. So if you have a positive message for yourself, you continue to do it until your body feels both relaxed, both a sense of confidence. That messaging, again, will be deeper into that wet concrete. So most people, in fact, there's not an exception that I've witnessed or discovered yet. No one I've ever talked to remembers the exact second that they go to sleep. There's like this little window where they're aware, and then all of a sudden they're not aware anymore. You want to back it up just a little bit before you go to that process where you're programming your mind to either focus on something that's appreciative, or a state of gratitude, or reading some kind of personal development. Perfect time to do it. So please use those periods. You can recreate them during the middle of the day. A lot of clients come to see us for that because we create those conditions where that concrete's wet. If you pull over for a moment in the busyness of the workday and you have time to meditate, that's a good time to do it there. So those two periods are periods that are free. They're periods where you go through every single day. Why not use them to your advantage? So this is first part in the series of building your routines. And the focus for today was on the AM and the PM periods of when to use your that brainwave activity state, which is like the wet concrete, where you can put impressions into it, impressions of what you want to accomplish and what it is that you're gonna, what you're gonna transform. So thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna dive into another component of this routine stuff. All right, take care. Bye-bye.